Lelouch v Britannia is one of the most iconic and fascinating anime characters, along with Light Yagami, Goku, Saitama, and Kamina to name a few. Code Geass is one of those anime that really hooked me early on. The amount of tragedy that Lelouch deals with as he attempts to change the world is something a normal human wouldn't be able to recover from as easily. But his ideals of how to create a better future is his driving influence throughout the show, literally no matter the consequences. So I'm not somebody who grew up with anime like I did with the Zelda series, but instead got into it later in life. The past couple years, I've started to fall in love with a bunch of anime. Hearing about the Code Geass movie sequel got me super hyped. Little did I know, this movie is a part of a different timeline from the anime. And that's what I'll be diving into in this video, the alternate timeline of Code Geass. What's up my homies, it's Edible Incredible. So in case you didn't know, the anime has 2 seasons with 25 episodes in each. And there are 3 recap movies that fall in a different timeline. Unlike Zelda's timeline, the plot of these 2 scenarios are a lot more similar. Although the whole Mao part is completely taken out along with a bunch of filler. The Shirley stuff is also super different, which allows for the recent movie to exist, which takes place after the 3 recap movies. The ending to Code Geass, in my opinion, is the best anime ending I've seen. If you haven't watched it, please pause this video and treat yourself to the show. The full anime is even now on Netflix. Without warning out the way, let's first discuss why Shirley appears in the new movie. As I hope you know, if you're still watching this, she dies at the hands of Rollo in the anime, so how could she still exist in the movie? So in the recap movies, once she recovers her memory, Jeremiah immediately warns her not to seek the truth, since that's what caused her death in the anime, instead of getting one of the most emotional scenes in the whole series. In this timeline, it's completely erased and Shirley lives on with her recovered memories. After the Zero Requiem in the recap movies, Shirley brought Lelouch's body to Jeremiah. Eventually he's returned to C2, but with the mind of a child. In the new movie, C2 brings Lelouch to C's world to recover his mind. Who knows if the contribution that Shirley made was really the key factor in reviving Lelouch, but if it was, the anime timeline is meant to conclude with the Zero Requiem since Shirley was killed in that reality. In the movie timeline, his resurrection was first put into motion by Shirley. The question is, would he have been revived with or without Shirley's help? The way they explain it in the movie is that Shirley was able to retrieve his body because she was just an innocent schoolgirl to the general public, and not someone who'd come across as suspicious. In my opinion, the creators did this so the anime ending would stay true, with Lelouch's sacrifice that brought a better future. It's not the most convincing way to bring back the series, but I'm fine with it. It keeps the anime timeline canon, but also opens doors to this new reality. But then again, Shirley's death was a huge moment in the anime. Sure, it was one tragedy in a string of many, but they all added up to Lelouch giving up. His motives were fuel to bring peace to his friends and family. Throwing back in a close friend to the movie timeline makes this version of history feel a little less. Shirley loved Lelouch after all.
Don't worry, it's time to forget all the bad things that have happened to you.
I can't!
Yes, you can! I'll help you forget all of this.
Impossible.
Shirley, I'm sorry about your father. If I could be reborn into a new life, I would.
The whole wiping her memory moment and eventually her death makes Lelouch's character that much more compelling. It's the main gripe I have against this alternate reality. Again, overall, it's fine, just the whole Shirley thing feels a little off, especially since she's barely in the new movie. If she was one of the main characters in the film, it would make more sense. Despite this, I really enjoyed the new movie. Lelouch was badass as always, and the scenes where he was reunited with Suzaku, Nanali, Colin, and C2 felt natural and heartwarming.
Pizza girl. girl.
The main antagonist of the movie wasn't bad compared to the others. First of all, she has the same voice actor in the dub as Rabosa, and her power of turning back time was an interesting hurdle for Lelouch to deal with. And the ending to the movie was a pleasant surprise, with Lelouch deciding to travel with C2 and even nicknaming himself L2. I feel the majority of Code Geass fans ship C2 and Lelouch, so seeing that finally play out was great, and the post-credit scene was super intriguing. Lelouch and C2 in all black in a discreet forest. Lelouch seemed to be passing on the power of Geass as he stood in front of two mysterious individuals. Apparently, the creators are set on continuing Code Geass for the next 10 years. My first assumption is that they'll keep the story aligned with this new timeline and leave the anime one untouched. If so, they'll be continuing where the movie left off. Does the power transfer that was shown after the credits hint at a new protagonist for the future? If so, I hope Lelouch is still at least one of the main characters. Hopefully they're planning on a R3 or Season 3 for all this instead of a set of movies. But what's your guys' thoughts? Where will Code Geass go next? How'd you like the movie, and how do you feel about it being an alternate reality from the anime? So this is one of my first anime videos. I usually upload Zelda content, but anime is something I've been wanting to dive into. If you'd like more of these type of videos, let me know. And as always, I hope you all stay hyped. Peace!